Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and today we're going to compare the difference between a MAC 190 foundation brush versus a MAC 187 stippling brush.
Be la ba ba da bee, sabadoo doo boo, sabadoo la doodly doodla diddly la la baby, shoobadoop shabadop shoobadoop dap da da dee da.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So I still get a lot of questions from a lot of my viewers as to what brush to get for their foundation. Now, if you decide to go for the 190 brush, the 190 brush is a universal foundation brush. So it's just basically a filbert cut, and it's synthetic fibers. And this is really excellent for pretty much any kind of foundation, especially creams. If you're a cream foundation user, or a stick foundation is really excellent as well. And you can also use this pretty much on powders and also in liquids. Now, if you're looking into the MAC 187, which is the duo bristle brush, it's a combination of natural, which is black goat hair right here, and the white tips are actually synthetic fiber, which is fiber optics. And this is excellent mainly for liquid foundation. It's very hard to use if you're a cream or stick user, and it doesn't pick up the color well if you use it for cream foundations. But if you're a mineralized skin finish user, using it as a blush, it's an excellent stippling brush for that, and you can just apply that to your to your cheekbones. Or you can also use this as a highlighter brush, to highlight the area right here, or just down the nose. So that's excellent for that. And if you're using a mineralized skin finish natural as a foundation, then your best brushes for those are the buffer brushes, like the 183 or 182 or the 183. It's almost just like a kabuki brush. You swirl, tap, and then really buff it onto your skin. So that's how you're going to get a really nice finish with your mineralized skin finish naturals. Okay, so going back to our two brushes, the 190 and 187, I'm just going to demonstrate to you guys the finish that it's going to do. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to use liquid foundation. This is Studio Fix Liquid, alright? And this is NC35, and I'm an NC30, so I'm just going to use one shade darker, so that way maybe it'll show up in the skin. It'll be better for filming this video. And here's a tip for you all, to make sure that you don't contaminate the liquid foundation. I advise to use a Q-tip, dip it in, and scoop whatever you need, and then use kind of like a palette or like a Petri dish, or I have this little metal thing that I use for mixing and whatnot, and so that way you don't contaminate the bottle of liquid foundation. So just scoop as much as you need, just like so. Alright, and then I'm just going to put that right into my mixing palette right here. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the 187 on this side of my face, and then I'm going to demonstrate the 190 on this side of my face, so that way you can compare the two. Alright, now if you look at your MAC 187 this way, you'll see that it looks like fine needles. Alright, and that's what's going to give you that pixelized look when you stipple it on right into your skin. Alright, much like an airbrush, it's just going to pixelize the foundation right into your skin. So that's why you get more of an airbrush look if you use this with liquid foundation. Okay? So what I usually do is I just kind of like dab the brush right like this to the foundation, and make sure that I get most of the colors right into the bristle, which is the white part. Okay. Right, and then what you want to do, I'm just going to get a little bit closer to the camera, is you want to stipple this on, just like that. Alright, see how it's like dots, and it's giving me that pixelized look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stipple that right into the skin. Alright, so that will give me that nice airbrushed finish. Okay. And then once I cover everything, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth it out using the same brush. And then I'm just going to do this in a really, see how it's just touching, it's just the tips, it's touching my skin in circular motion just like this. Okay, so as you can see, it really gives you that nice finish to it. It's almost that airbrush look. You know, and then you can fill, you can add as needed. And then again, just gently just blend that in circular motion. Just like so. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to use the 190 on this side of my face. Now with the 190, I kind of like to dab it as well, just like this, alright? And just make sure it's nicely, evenly distributed right in the tips of the brush. Okay? And if you decide to use a 190 brush, I kind of like using small strokes, just like this. Okay, instead of big long strokes, so that way you don't get that streaking, alright? And that's one disadvantage about using a MAC 190 with liquid, is that you will have to really work it and blend it and smooth it out so you don't get the streaks from the brush strokes, alright? And as you can see, it's not giving me as great of a coverage as the 187 brush that I use on this side. So, alright, and then you can see the brush strokes as well. Okay, so you really have to work and blend that and smooth it out so you don't have the streakiness of it. And as you can tell, I still need more products to cover. So that's another disadvantage, is that you're going to use more products if you're a liquid foundation user and you're using this brush. But you just need to really work it in because it's mostly in the brush. And if you just really work it in, it'll get into your skin. So that's another thing to consider as well, is time. So if you want a faster application for liquid foundation, it's faster to use a stippling brush like the MAC 187. And I really need to work it, and I'm still not getting, I'm trying to get this finish right here, which is really almost that airbrush look, and it's just a matter of really working it in. Just like so. But eventually you'll get it. Okay, there you go. So you can see the difference between using the 187 and using the MAC 190 on this brush. So you can still achieve the coverage with the MAC 190. It just needs a little bit of working and blending and smoothing it out. And in comparison to the 187, where you just stipple it until you cover and then blend and smooth it out in circular motion. It'll get a beautiful airbrush finish to it. Okay, well, hopefully that helps some of you guys out there who's still deciding on which brush to get, especially if you're a liquid foundation user. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.